Hello and welcome to FSD TV. I'm your host, Mark Sonny, and today we have a teacher from the Fullerton School District who's going to take us through a lesson on lines of symmetry, and that would be Nicole Smith. So Nicole, take it away.
Hello, I'm Nicole Smith, and today we are going to be learning about lines of symmetry. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to identify line symmetric figures and create your own symmetrical figures. A line of symmetry is a fold line that divides a shape into parts that are the same size and the same shape. A shape can have 0, 1, 2, 3, or even more lines of symmetry. So let's, for example, look at a lightning bolt. So when we look at this shape, we notice that there are 0 lines of symmetry. No matter which way you would try to fold it, horizontal, vertical, or even diagonal, there will never be 2 matching parts or shapes. We're going to go ahead and categorize this into the 0 lines of symmetry category. However, when you look at this heart, you notice that there is exactly 1 line of symmetry, vertically down the center. So if we were to fold the heart in half, we would notice that we get 2 parts that are the same size and the same shape. However, if you were to try to fold it horizontally, you would not get matching parts. Therefore, it only has 1 line of symmetry. So we're going to categorize it here into 1 line of symmetry. A shape that does have 2 lines of symmetry is a rectangle. So you can fold it both vertically or horizontally, and you will get 2 matching parts or shapes either way. We are going to categorize the rectangle into 2 lines of symmetry. A shape that has even more lines of symmetry is a circle. So no matter which way you try to fold the circle, whether you fold it vertical, horizontal, or even on a diagonal, you are going to get 2 matching shapes. So this has 3 plus lines of symmetry. In this case, it has an infinite amount of lines of symmetry. So we're going to categorize this into 3 plus lines of symmetry. Now that we've looked at these familiar shapes, we've seen that shapes have different numbers. Sometimes there's no lines of symmetry, and sometimes there's an infinite amount. We are going to classify further shapes. So when we're looking at a triangle, this is an equilateral triangle, and it's a typical geometrical shape. You'll notice that there is exactly 3 lines of symmetry. You can fold it vertically, but then if you turn it, you can fold it 2 more times. So we are going to categorize this on the 3 plus lines of symmetry shape. This specific arrow only has 1 line of symmetry. So you can go ahead and you can fold it horizontally, but you would not be able to fold it vertically because then you would not have matching shapes. So this goes in 1 line of symmetry. Next, we have a not so typical shape. So this is kind of fluid. It's a squiggle, and if you were to fold it in half, these 2 shapes do not match. If you were to fold it in half this way, those don't match either. Even looking at the diagonal, you will not have a matching line of symmetry. So this is going under 0 lines of symmetry. Then we look at this odd shape. It kind of looks like a rectangle, but the parts don't match. The corners are rounded, and none of the sides are the same length. Therefore, if we try to fold it in any direction, no matter which way you put it, you are also not going to have any lines of symmetry. So we're going to put that under 0 lines of symmetry. Next, we look at this oval. So we already looked at a circle, which is similar to an oval, except for oval is longer on one side and shorter on the other, versus being equal all the way around. There is only 2 ways to fold this oval. So you can do it both horizontally and vertically. So there's exactly 2 ways to fold this in half. So there's 2 lines of symmetry. Next, looking at this anchor, we can see that these 2 halves are the same, but the top and bottom half are not. So there's exactly 1 line of symmetry. This diamond, it kind of looks like a stretched out square, has 2 lines of symmetry because you can see if you cut it in half this way or that way, we will have exactly 2 equal parts. And then finally, we have a square. Now, some of you may say, well, the rectangle has 2 lines of symmetry, so does the square. However, the square has an equal length on each side. So therefore, there is more than 2 ways. You can fold it horizontally and vertically, or you can turn it to make it look like a diamond, and you can fold it from corner to corner as well. So this is going in the 3 plus lines of symmetry. So when we're looking here at our shapes, you'll notice that the objects that have 0 lines of symmetry, they are more fluid. They don't have matching halves. So from left to right or top to bottom, there's no matching parts when you fold it in half. One line of symmetry, as you can see, with the arrow, you can fold it in half horizontally, but the heart, you can fold it in half vertically. So there is only one way that you can fold this shape to have matching parts. However, when we have two lines of symmetry, you can fold it in half both vertically and horizontally. So with these shapes, it's not one or the other, you can do both. And finally, when we have 3+ lines of symmetry, these are usually our shapes that have equal sides. So whether it's a pentagon, a square, or a triangle like we discussed, shapes with equal side lengths that mirror each other on the left and right and top and bottom are more likely to have 3+ lines of symmetry. So now that you've gotten a chance to learn about how to classify line symmetric figures by the number of lines of symmetry it has, you are going to do your own. So the first thing you're going to need is you are going to need some paper and a writing utensil. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get something with a straight edge. So that straight edge can be a book, it can be another piece of paper, and you are going to draw a line on your paper, either horizontally, going this way, or vertically, going that way. Then on one half, you want to create half of a shape. So as you see here, I created a half of a butterfly. So your shape can be as simple or as fancy as you want. The key is the shape has to touch back to the line of symmetry at 2 points. Then once you've done that, you're gonna wanna draw the other half of the shape using symmetry. So I'll show you here. So with the butterfly, you're gonna wanna try to draw that antenna so it's matching on the other side. And then you can go ahead and create the wings. It may not be perfect without a ruler, but here you go. And then if you wanted to, at the end, you can cut it out, and then you can fold it in half and you can see, do I really have symmetrical shapes or is it a little off? Now, if you wanted to challenge yourself, you can do a shape that has 2 lines of symmetry. So you can draw both a vertical and a horizontal line using that same straight edge that you used before. And this time you're gonna end up with 4 boxes. So you're only gonna wanna draw a shape in one of the boxes instead of 2. That way, when you copy it over, you're going to get a shape that is symmetrical in all 4 boxes. I'll go ahead and show you here. So this time I'm gonna show you how to reflect across the bottom. So you're gonna go ahead and go down. You're gonna try to create that same shape and connect back. And then I see here that I have a little and a big shape. So now I've done it so it has a line of symmetry horizontally, and going forward, I would copy that on the other side. Thank you for joining me today, and happy creating.
Thank you, Nicole, for that wonderful lesson on lines of symmetry, and now we have a better understanding of what that's all about. On behalf of myself and everyone here at the FSD studios, this is Mark Sonny signing off for FSD TV.